Well, that was easy. Alright, let's get the 350. Let's put her in. Alright, Michael. What are we doing today?
Alright, so remember a little while ago when we finished XY and we said that, you know, we would never, ever, ever, ever consider doing a car that we hadn't pulled apart again. I don't know if I'd do it again.
Not a car that we haven't pulled apart.
No, it's too hard.
Unless it was like labelled, bagged, everything.
Yeah. Well, we're going to renege on that a little bit because it's got something really cool to play with.
So what do we got, Nathan?
Alright, so what we have here is another car. This is a HG Holden 19, let me just check the sticker. I don't know, I think it's 1970, I think. 161, 3 on the tree, and
We're doing it again.
he just can't help himself, this bloke. He just can't help himself. Dad, Les, Tin Man, he bought this.
Because, you know, having the Cortina, it was not enough.
Actually, yeah, we should probably explain. So the Cortina, we fit the engine, all good and fine, and me and Michael would love to get stuck into doing the engine, box, fuel system and stuff like that, but unfortunately he really wanted to just get the sheet metal done first. The firewall needed a little bit more stretching. We spoke to the engineers, come up with a bit of a plan on what we're doing. So it's currently at his shop getting all the major fab work done and all the sheet metal done, so then it can come back to us, and then me and Michael can do the engine, do the fuel system, do the Haltech, do all the goodies.
So it's going to be a while. So in the meantime, what he thought was, why not give us another project?
I know. So, yeah, like I said, HG, 1970, 161. This was an unfinished project. We got it off a guy named Jeremy. Jeremy actually drove the car down 4 hours and met us in Ballarat with the car. And he actually put most of the car together to do the trade. He put the subframe back under it, the guards, the bonnet, put the diff back under it. The diff was in pieces. He put the diff pack together. And he was an absolute legend of a bloke. And I cannot thank him enough, because wait till you see how they've pulled this car apart.
Yes, there is a reason why we've taken on a build
Exactly
that
right.
we didn't pull apart this time round.
Yes. He pulled this car apart 9 years ago, I think. And then it kind of sat, but decided, you know, it was time to get rid of it. And now it is here, and we're going to put it together, and he's going to watch us put it together and probably scream at us for putting it together. So yeah, I mean, look, it is a really, really good car. Like, you're probably wondering, but you can put your hand through the guard.
Yep.
But the thing with this car is there's no rust in the floors. There's no rust in major parts of the body. This is just minor, cut out, you know, replace it parts. The fact that there's no rust in the floor of this car means me and Michael can literally gut it, paint the floor, and start putting this thing together. You know, the body-wise,
It's got a nice patina.
it's got a really good patina to it. Green is nice. But the engine bay, Jeremy's already done a lot of work in here. This has already been smoothed out, high-filled, sanded. These have already been put in like a primer undercoat. The firewall's already been, he sent us a photo of that, all wire wheeled down to nothing, and it's been painted. It's looking a bit faded now because it's sat for so long. But here, we're pretty much going to pull it out, paint everything, put it back together.
Yeah, it's like a quick reno, this thing. We're just going to give it a slap of paint, get it back on the road.
Exactly right. You know, put new bushes, rebuild the suspension, obviously, because all the bushes have been popped out. Jeremy's just bolted all together just to get it onto a car trailer to us. The old engine, it did run, he said, so that'll be a nice, fun will it run.
Yeah.
Will it run and drive. Paint the engine up, make it look brand new. The plan is a 350 Chev with a turbo 350, but for the moment, we're just going to get it on the road with the 161 until we find an engine. If you have an engine, let us know. So that's the plan there. But yeah, it's just a cruiser.
So, like we said, this is Les's idea again as well too, because apparently this is Les's dream car this week. This week, this is Les's dream car, and this is what he wants to build, so we'll see how far we get with it before he sells it. But he says he's always wanted one of these. Basically, he wants to make this what the LSQ was, except without the LS and without all the engineering and stuff like that. He just wants to go a bit more simpler with this one, but he just wants a patinaed cruiser that he can take to someone out, something like that. Something sounds good, sounds lumpy, and you know, just enjoy it. So that's what this car is supposed to be. Basically, it is to replace his LSQ, which, if you don't know, we sold about a year ago now.
Yeah, I'd say a year
About a year ago now, so that has moved on to fund other projects like the Cortina. But obviously he had a little bit of extra cash burning a hole in his pocket, so he figured this came up and he thought this is a good opportunity to rebuild that car, because cruiser, Cortina, drag car kind of thing. So,
yes, street car.
Yeah,
drag car.
so that's what this is going to be, and we're looking forward to doing that for him. So, where is our starting point? What we're going to do with it? From here, basically, we're going to strip it back down to what it was, take it back down to a cab, very similar to what we did with the LSQ, because like I said, this is pretty much going to replicate what we did with the LSQ, just a little bit more old school and more budget.
Yes, more budget friendly on this one.
Bouget.
Bouget.
Hopefully today we're going to strip it down to a bare cab, and then we're going to start painting, because that's where this car is at. It is ready to be painted. So we can paint the underneath of it, we can paint the floor, we can paint the firewall. But that is the plan today. We're going to get stuck into a HG. We never have before. I've never worked on one. Nathan's never worked on before. Sounds very similar to the XY, doesn't it? And this could shoot us in the foot.
Hang on. But do you want to show us how good of a job Jeremy did?
Yes.
Do you want to pull out the box?
Yes. So as much as I'm saying it is very similar to the XY, and there might be a few people out there saying, why would you do it all again? We'll show you why, because this is a very different situation. This is how you pull apart a car. Organisation. Look, all the bolts that we're going to need.
Left-hand guard, everything is labelled.
Everything that you could possibly think of that needs to be put back on the car is all here, and it's all labelled. So even dummies like us who have never seen one before should, theoretically, be able to figure it out and get this thing back up to a full car and running again.
Yep.
I guess we should get into it, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get it on the hoist. Let's start ripping into it, figuring out how everything looks, and go on the adventure that is the HG.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. First, jack up. Nah. Shall we take the bonnet off?
I reckon that's probably the first step, yeah.
We'll take the bonnet off, and then we'll take the guards off, and then we'll look at the springs and shocks.
I reckon, yeah, that's probably the smart thing to do.
Because we took the subframe out of the HQ and realised we got to take the springs out.
Yes.
And you need a bit of weight over the springs to get them out. So we used Michael's Patrol.
Yep.
to put some weight over the springs so we could pop them out. So we're going to do it before we take the subframe.
We're going to think ahead this time. We learned from our mistakes. That
Exactly
was
right.
pretty sketchy, that.
It was very sketchy.
This will be great. Everybody should do it this way.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey! Engineers!
And we've learnt a lot. We've become better mechanics.
I wouldn't say we're mechanics.
We've become better strippers.
Alright,
On
and on
that
that note,
Let's get stripping.
that's a great box. Where did you find that box?
That's a nice box.
That was a lot louder than I thought it was going to be. This genuinely looks like a bar sign. That's
Pro Series.
oh my god, that's one. Yeah, that's one. Bag and tag, boy. Bag and tag. We can do a montage of the cars that we have going up on the hoist, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm just going to not look at the back end, just look at the two-door.
I think he's dry as a bone.
Yeah, I wonder where it was, where it came from. If it was like a
Came from Australia.
like a Northern Territory car or something, like, you know, because it is, yeah, pretty dry. So you can see, like, already, Jeremy, he's already primed all the subframe here.
But the floor, there's not a speck of grease or dirt.
Yeah, it is really dry. There's not much under this car though. Like,
Nah, there's nothing to it.
there's
mate.
nothing to it. Much like this. Well, look at the fuel tank. Isn't that weird?
How is he supposed to put a big 9-inch with that fuel tank there?
I know, right? How do they do this? And especially like drag racing. If this blows up, goodbye. Like, it's death right there. But there's nothing in it. This is already in primer, so we can clean this off and paint it. The best bit is, unlike the HQ, sorry, the LSQ, we got to remember we're referring to the LSQ here every time I talk about HQ, not my HQ. Very different cars.
Solid.
Solid. There's no holes in this one, so that's a big win as well too. I love all cars.
Why are you doing it so high? Why don't you bring it? Oh, okay. Bench press that. Cold press. Yep. Yeah.
All drums, all round.
Yeah.
Okay. For height comparison, we will show you how low we want this car.
Yeah. We can only dream.
Pop. Didn't even need to.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
Hey.
Bye. Hi everybody.
In for a light shoe job.
Light service today.
Nice.
Alright, everything is cleaned up, bagged and tagged. Brakes.
Okay, that's all that pulled apart now. Now we can go get to the rear castle, the bottom castle nuts with the either arm out the way. So I think now we're ready to go down and see if we can pop these springs out.
Yeah, see what happens.
It's like no weight in it.
Oh no, not again.
Oh, it's doing a little bit, I guess. Let's just crack it and see what happens. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
here we go. Went.
So now the dangerous bit. Where you take that nut completely off and see if it goes doing.
I forgot the nut was on there. Oh god.
Is it going down with it?
I'm getting more and more scared, man. Oh yeah, nice.
How fat am I? Radio. Hey, that worked.
Oh, that's it. Oh, the shock.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a good ball joint.
So we'll reuse that one.
Yeah, we'll reuse that one for sure.
That one's still good. Still got a good range of movement.
Look. Oh wow.
That's actually the shock holder.
Yeah, the shock's stuck in there. Oh yeah. Lovely.
There we go. Now. Yeah, how does this actually... How does it come apart?
Oh, hang on. I think you got to take that bush off.
There we go.
Yeah,
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Funny way of a bush, isn't it? Oh, this is a nice spacer.
Yeah.
Oh, hells yeah.
Keep that.
Right, let's try this again.
Hopefully after this we learn how we're supposed to do this. And I reckon what we should do next time is take off the stub.
I agree.
Go all the way up and then turn it. Yeah, yeah. No. Yeah. No. Go up.
Hey, there it is. Back it down.
Oh, that looked a lot harder than it needed to be. So, I don't know whether this is Jeremy. I don't think it was by the looks of it, because this looks very old school, but I love the use of the split pin here. An old nail. A builder's nail, like a nail gun nail too. That's going to be fun to try and bend out of the way, isn't it? That's a interesting idea. I haven't come across that one. So next time I'm short of a split pin, I know I've got plenty of nails for the nail gun, isn't it? Ew.
What?
I just put my finger in grease.
It's the one bit of grease on this car.
I know, so the one greasy bit is that one ball joint right there. Come on! Oh, I just did it again.
He just did it again and again.
There we go. Yeah, interesting split pin.
Nice.
Can't be too old. It's got the glue on the end of it. How long have they been using glue on nails? Don't know.
All right, we're going to take the spindle off this time as well, and we're going to separate both because
That job was a lot harder than it needed to be.
we struggled more than it needed to struggle.
Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll crack
Both.
both these bolts now and maybe pop them if we can. And then we'll bring it down and take the weight off it. And
Did you undo the shocker?
I haven't done the shock yet because I think I want to keep the shocker in it because it at least stops the spring from wanting to eject when you're lowering it, you know what I mean? That's my biggest concern with doing these. The spring just goes by. That keeps it in place at least. we'll just pull it out like we did last time. But if we can just crack these, so at least we can undo them. Just makes life a whole lot easier.
What, up, not down? Are you a fan of HG? Yeah.
Hey, spaghetti.
Well, that's a lot easier.
Skadoosh.
That was
the weed.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. The whole thing come out.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
I reckon that steel bush is correct. Is the right thing.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so too. That looks like, yeah, that's.
So that steel
correct.
coupling is right. That's
So that
what
other
it is.
thing that he had in there must have been just something random. How it fits so perfect, to be honest. There we go. I bet you just cannot wait to paint it.
Oh yeah. Cannot wait to make it. Alrighty. What now? Should we separate? Oh man, we could probably drop this whole
That's what I'm just thinking.
cross member with the engine in it.
The engine would stay in it, yeah. Ooh, I love those shots when you get to go. Doo.
Yeah, I reckon maybe we just drop it on the ground.
Crates.
Crates, yeah.
That's a great idea.
How does this come off? Oh yeah, that's just got 4 bolts.
I reckon, yeah.
I reckon let's do that. I don't think anything. I think it was all loose anyway.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this thing so far. Oh wait, doesn't it go low enough to push?
So
Now, they look like.
oh,
You ready?
the engine just hit.
Hey, let's go up. We just got to make sure it doesn't go. What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it's gonna hit the chassis.
Gonna rock it over there, eh?
Alright, ready?
Yep, go.
Hey, well, that was easy. All right, let's get the 350. Let's put her in.
There's nothing to these front ends.
I know. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts holding that whole engine together. You want to wrecking ball it?
I was gonna. Oh, look at this. It's a proper one.
Oh wow.
Snazzy.
Well, that's that.
This is a go-kart.
This is a go-kart. All right, so now we come up with a plan. We've been sitting here for the past 20 minutes thinking what we're going to do, and
Yeah.
we'll come up with a plan.
So this is the plan. The floor is pretty much ready to go. We don't need to do anything there. So we're going to brush rust converter on it today. We've got some new tech rust converter.
Yep.
Because the floor is really good. It's dry, there's no grease. It's just got some minor surface rust, which I don't think is a big issue. There's no point in bare metaling this.
Yep.
And then we'll brush on the rust converter, get out of here because it's probably going to stink out the shed. Let the rust converter do its job.
Yep.
And then I think we just bully liner over the top.
Yeah.
So this stuff right here is a rust converter. It is made by a company called NewTek. Awesome bit about this rust treatment, which you don't get in most rust treatment, I'm told, is paint it straight on, let it do its thing, don't even need to clean it, paint over top of it. So that's what we're going to do. This floor is pretty good. It's been wire wheel once before. It's just got a little bit of surface rust on it. So this should take care of that, and we should just be able to paint straight over top of it. We'll see in a week's time when we come back and see what it looks like, I suppose.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes, eh?
All right. Do you want to put a tarp down?
I think we should probably put a tarp down. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to use this stuff. We've had a little bit of experience with NewTek in the recent past with some of their products, and we're pretty damn impressed by it. We can't tell you about that right now, but you're going to find out very, very soon.
It's PPE Man. Throw back to anyone who knows that. If anyone mentions that in the comments below, you are an OG Hackshop Garage fan.
OG watcher. I was going to say listener.
Listener.
We're not the fox.
We're running out of containers here, so we're using a speedy sleeve tool applicator.
Speedy sleeve installer.
I couldn't get a smaller brush. It's the only one we got.
It's okay. We want bulk coverage.
Alright. What if it starts like sizzling?
I don't know. It's very watery.
Lucky we did tap. Oh, lucky we tapped.
100%.
Oh wow, it is strong. It does smell like vinegar. Alright, this will be us for the next half hour, I reckon.
I guess it works.
Holy crap, dude. It's taking it back to bare metal. What? Look at that. Holy shit. It's getting all the rust off.
You know what's gonna kill me?
What?
If this works this good, and we spent days sanding down.
Wire wheeling the cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was greasy.
Yeah, that was very cute. There's that lot of hard work done already.
It's a massive difference.
It's gone to bare metal.
Even already, yeah, it's down to bare metal.
Yeah.
And it says don't touch it. Leave it, let hair dry, and paint it. Why didn't we have this when we were doing the HQ?
I know, yeah. That's crazy. I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, me too.
It's literally dropping orange rust everywhere.
It's gone to bare metal in some areas, and that's probably because this was wire wheeled. It would have already been bare metal. That's why it's gone back to bare metal.
Yeah.
But it's clearing the rust that was on top.
So yeah, next episode, from petrol tank out and go to town, man.
Yeah, I'm keen.
It's gonna be awesome.
You can see just how much of a difference it's made. Good stuff.
Woo, you can smell it.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
close those doors. Woo, definitely do that in a well-ventilated area. Well, that pretty much wraps up today's efforts on the HG, on the new projects, between the Cortina and everything else. Today was a fun one. We got a lot of the stuff off, which we needed to do. Engine's out. That was one of the easiest engine drops I've ever done. And the floor has now been rust treated, and we just leave that for the next week. So next week when we get back on this, we'll see what it looks like, and if we're happy with it, we'll just paint straight over it like New Tech says it can, and try out their new bully liner line product on the bottom of this thing, and see how it goes. So if you like this episode, and I hope you have, consider liking and subscribing, because this will probably be a big part of the channel moving forward now, I guess. If it doesn't get sold, we'll have a big future with us. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can head on over to the website where you can buy a bunch of merch, t-shirts, fender covers, which you won't see used in this car. And also too, thread testers, we have some back in stock. We have a very limited number, so they will go quick for anyone after one. Head on over to the website where you can find them. Yeah, these things have been selling out like hotcakes, so we're trying to keep up with demand. We have, like I said, have a limited number, so if you do want one, head on over. Really awesome bit of kit, hang them on your wall, little hooks there. And yeah, everyone who's got them so far says they've been loving them, so it's great to see that people are enjoying them and liking them. So, and other than that, I think that's pretty much it for today.
I think that's it.
Hopefully next time we see this thing, Nathan's going to go gung-ho with the wire wheel and brush and sandblaster and get it all looking good and schmick, and then put it all back together. So, alright,
Yeah.
let's get out of it before we
Yeah, I know. I'm
pass
really...
out from these fumes.
Oh god. Anyway.
Anyway, until we see you in the next episode, catch you then.
Yeah, pretend to be a car.
Brum, 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 brum.
Nah,
Sorry.
think you got to do flaky rust dropping. What does that sound like?
I don't know.
Buttery flaky crust.
Rot?
No, it'd be like
Shawshank Redemption, you know when he walks out and he's dropping the rocks out of his
Yeah,
pants?
yeah.
Everything should be, oh, look at the rust in the corner there. I can see the floor.
I can see the flower.
Are they the pillar trims? They look like the pillar trims.
Are they grab handles?
Are they grab handles?
I feel like they're a grab handle.
From a bus?
That's when you're, going pretty quick with your 161.
Downhill with a strong gust coming from behind.
Oh, by the way, we were thinking about trying to get this engine to turn over and see if we could just get it started for, can we make it run? But as you can see, it's got a Bluetooth harmonic balancer at the moment, so that ain't gonna work, unfortunately.
If anyone has one, can you please send it out to us?
Although realistically,
we actually kind of need one.
We could just take that off and start it.
Well, that's true. It doesn't need the belt.
No.
It's not like we're going to put water in it.
So, stay tuned. This thing kills me because I just think in an accident, all this crumples and this just goes bang right up into the back of the car.
Jeremy will be proud. He's probably going to be looking at this and like, they're using sandwich bags. Thanks, man.
Coles bread.
Taking on the legacy.
This is for everyone watching at home. All this is gonna go. We want to build a mega bench. Similar like we did the bench over that end, we want to do a big bench here for basically just all the automotive work, because that side sort of gets used for everything else that we do as well too, go-karts and whatever, all that nonsense. But here, it needs to just be servicing. So if you were going to build yourself the biggest, baddest, best mega bench you could possibly imagine for servicing vehicles right here in the hoist, what would you put in it? What ideas, what hacks do you have that you would put into what I want to be Australia's best bench in a home workshop? Let us know in the comments below, what would you include in your mega bench? I've already got my ideas.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah, it's tear down area.
Tear down area with a drain.
Oil drain.
Yeah.
I thought about an aerial as well too, that you can have an aerial right here as well too.
Yeah, real, yeah. Mezzanine.
Mezzanine, lighting.
Yeah, lights under the mezzanine.
Yeah, battery charging stations. Pin board as well too, because like you could use tools here because they're nice and close. Not like where you're walking all the way over there.
Maybe a set of spanners and that on a pin board. That'd be handy. Yeah.
All these little things that I want to think about and like, planning out. So, in the comments below, what would you put in it? What would be your idea? Beer fridge has to go here still, somewhere. That has to be part of Mega Bench, so that's coming with us. So, anyway, back to the task at hand.
Sand and paint.
Yeah,
Man,
I
I'm
know
gonna
how
have
happy
a
that
field
makes
day
you.
on this.
I know how happy that makes you.
Oh man, it's gonna look so good. Blue liner all in here.
Yep.
And then all in there, GM black. GM black, I'm getting flashy saying that.
What's GM black compared to
Oh,
normal black?
you know, back in the day, it was a special type of black.
What, had a little bit more black to it? It was a bit blacker than black?
Yeah, like it had like little like flakes in it, and it said GM.
What, like
Like metal flake.
like alphabet spaghetti? Or
Alphabet spaghetti, exactly right, but tiny.
Tiny.
Like, you need a microscope to see it.
the molecules.